and welcome back to Prescription Sound, the finest and only audio podcast of Scripps Research. My name is still Drew Douglin, and on today's show, we're going to have a brief story time. Just like our scientists here at the Institute, we are always experimenting with different things here in the communications office, so we thought it might be fun and fresh to feature some of the exciting research stories from our print magazine. So in the gaps between our guest interviews now, every so often we'll be bringing some of the magazine feature articles to life in this audio format, a mini audiobook, if you will. And today's story centers on Lyme disease. So scientists at Caliber, the drug development arm of Scripps Research, have created a unique strategy for preventing Lyme disease, an approach that involves repurposing a powerful molecule currently used for pets. So, let's find out more. Lyme disease is already the most widespread tick-borne infection, but it's becoming even more problematic as tick populations boom across the United States. Notorious in the Northeast, where it's still rampant, Lyme now spans the country. For those bitten by a deer tick, a characteristic red bullseye rash is often the first sign of trouble. Symptoms can then evolve into fever, headache, and fatigue. Fortunately, people who realize they've contracted the bacterial infection can usually clear up symptoms completely with a regimen of antibiotics. But if it's not caught in the right way, Lyme can lead to painful, long-term effects as it spreads to the joints, the heart, and the nervous system.
In 2018, state and local health departments reported a record number of cases of tick-borne diseases to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. Though more than 60,000 cases of Lyme disease were reported, thousands more likely occurred. The number of U.S. counties with deer ticks, which are responsible for most cases of Lyme disease, has more than doubled over the past 20 years.
There are a lot of great ways for people to protect themselves from ticks, says Arnab Chatterjee, Vice President of Medicinal Chemistry at Caliber, but nothing is foolproof. At least nothing yet. Chatterjee is leading efforts to create a new, long-acting oral medicine that may be able to stop the spread of Lyme. The drug, based on a discovery at Caliber, relies on a potent class of molecules known as isoxazolines that are already used in medicines for companion animals. The idea is that people could take the medicine once before tick season, and it would remain active in the body for up to several months, killing any tick that attempts to draw blood. Importantly, Chatterjee says, ticks would perish before they have a chance to transmit the Borrelia burgdorferi bacteria that causes Lyme. That's the real power of this approach, says Chatterjee, who refers to the medicine as a chemical vaccine. It could prevent people from contracting Lyme disease while also significantly reducing the tick population. So, you would realize a health benefit not only among those who take the drug, but for everyone else in the family and community. Chatterjee and his team at Caliber are now optimizing drug candidates to ensure they are as safe and effective as possible before human testing begins. He expects the first clinical trial to kick off in late 2020 or early 2021. Though Lyme disease is the top priority, Caliber plans to explore the drug's efficacy against other tick-borne and mosquito-borne illnesses. There we have it, folks, our magazine segment for today, and some amazing progress being made here against the burden of this disease. Remember that you can receive the print version of these breakthroughs in our beautiful magazine. All you have to do is fill in your name and address on our subscription form, which I will put here in the show notes. Remember to also subscribe to the podcast and leave a review if you're feeling generous. Thank you to my esteemed colleague, Kelly Quigley, for joining me today with the storytelling, and thank you for listening. We'll be sharing more of these discoveries soon, as well as interviews with more top-tier guests. So until then, take care and be well.